Hello everybody, it's been a while since I posted to this channel, but I decided to make a new video on this printer I got. This is an Epson WorkForce Pro WF-C8190 A3 color printer from Epson. This is a business inkjet printer. Uh, so we're just going to do a physical tour first. What was I gonna say? This printer comes with two paper trays. You have the main paper tray down here. I've loaded letter LTR paper into it. Letter. Let's see right here. Yeah, letter paper. I believe this is around 200, 300 sheets. I don't know the maximum capacity of one of these paper trays though. I'll have to look that up later. But yeah, you have your main paper tray down here, C1, and then you also have a bypass tray on the top, which is B1 right here, which stands for bypass. I loaded this one with letter LTR paper, but you can also load it with other things such as envelopes, A3 paper, it's not even type. I've checked. You can also it also takes glossy paper and all that good stuff. And this printer is expandable to four main paper trays. So if you upgrade to four and you get the optional cabinet, this printer can turn into a standing printer, which is pretty nice. So something interesting about this printer is usually the legacy business printers, the output tray would be located on the side, but with this printer, it's located out at the front, so it's easily accessible. You just need to walk up and grab it out, and it saves some space too if it's in a tight corner. You don't have space on both sides. So that's pretty nice. So we're just gonna fire it up now. So I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, just check the. Let's see it. Power cables connect. There you go. This printer is also pretty quiet as it is an inkjet printer. With laser printers, the printer would have to warm up and then it would get pretty loud, but with this inkjet printer, it's pretty quiet. So yeah, you can see it takes the black cartridge, and then it has the three main colors, which is yellow, cyan, and magenta. So yeah, here's the main interface. I'm gonna go over the features of it. Let's see on the Epson website. This is a office printer according to Epson. It's under the WorkForce Pro line, right below the WorkForce Pro HC models. Yeah, you can see right there. This is not a multi-function printer. This is it's a network printer only. But yeah. So this printer actually retails for a whopping $1,700, around that. But I managed to get this printer off of eBay brand new for only $80, excluding shipping, which is pretty interesting because that's a pretty low price for it. But anyway, if we go down to the specifications. It uses the precision core technology, which means it's heat free. It's basically Epson's proprietary. What is it? I remember they stated how it uses like a series of microchips on the print head to put ink on the paper, and it dries fast. So yeah, it's precision core. Let's see up here, right there, up to around 2,000 paper. Okay, what am I saying? 2,000 sheets in this printer. That's the maximum capacity if you get all four paper trays plus the bypass on behind. The printing time is 20 pages per minute for black and color ISO. And for the features, it has like the what is it? The secure print. Yeah, right. That like that confidential job. So if you send a print job to the printer, you can specify to put a PIN number on it, and it will not release until you put the your PIN number. So that's good for security. You can also, this printer does have a a network interface, a web interface, which I can navigate to right now. If I head here, it's a local address. There you go. So yeah, you can manage the printer from this interface. You can see the ink levels, of course. I am like out on color right now, but I am still pretty full in black and white. And let's see. So yeah, since it is an inkjet printer, it's a fast output time. The first page out is around 6 seconds, I believe. While with a laser printer, it would take up to like maybe 15 to 20 seconds as the printer has to warm up, but that depends on the model. But yeah, this is a pretty nice printer, and let's see, I'm gonna move it back. Let's pull it back. So yeah, I put it on this cabinet. This printer is pretty heavy. It's like around what 100 pounds just for this top part. So yeah, and we're gonna go head over to the back end. And the thing what I like about these Epson printers is that the consumables, you don't have many consumables. The only consumables are the maintenance box, sorry, and the ink cartridges. This is the maintenance box right here. This is like a waste ink reservoir that you'll have to replace every maybe like every few months or something, depending on how much you print. Back here you'll find your duplexing unit, what I believe is the duplexing unit right there. So yeah, this printer does support the duplexing, which is pretty nice, and I'll send a test page actually. So yeah, if there's like a paper jam back here, you can just flip open this back, and then you can just grab it out. For connectivity, it takes USB, and you also have Ethernet. So if you want to hardwire it into your network, you can do that. Right now, I just have it connected through Wi-Fi, which I did not expect for a business printer, because usually they would have Ethernet only. So yeah, in this menu, the screen is a non-touch display, and it's pretty small, but you'll get used to it once you use these arrow keys. And plus, since this is a print-only printer, you won't really be using this interface, since you'll be controlling it from your computer mainly. So let's head back over here. So yeah, and so on this side, it's just your connection plugs, and then you also have your AC power plugs right over there. And that's about it. And then up here, you'll have your bypass tray. So I'm gonna pull that back. Now we're gonna send a test page. I'm gonna send a test page, so just bear with me a moment. And also, oh, God, I just gotta get this printer back to where it's supposed to be. Okay, so I'm gonna send a test page. I'm gonna use this, and we're also gonna demonstrate the the secure print function. So I'm gonna do color. We're gonna use print using the system dialog. If you get this printer, you will have to like install a driver. It's Epson's proprietary ESC/PR driver. But it does also support PCL, PostScript, and it supports Microsoft's IPP printing driver. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and enable confidential job. And we're going to hit OK, and we're going to hit print. Okay. So it should, there you go, right there. Alright, so now I'm gonna hit OK for the confidential job. I'm gonna hit my username. Now it's gonna ask for my PIN number, which I'm gonna punch in right now. Putting in the PIN number is kind of futile. Not futile, but it's kind of cumbersome since you have to use these arrow keys. But after a while, you'll get used to it. Okay, so as you can see, it shows all the print jobs that are waiting. I just have one right now. So I can select that or deselect. I can, and then I can hit print, and I'll process it. There we go. And this is pretty quick as well. there is no warm-up time, as you can see. There you go. Yeah, I'd say that is pretty fast for an inkjet printer. The printer before this was used to have a Canon MX492, and to print this same page, it would probably take around 30 seconds because of how slow it is. But as you can see, it has a pretty good print quality, and as you just saw, that I believe I showed you, the ink levels were almost depleted, but as you can see, it's still able to print full quality, which is pretty nice. With my previous printer, once it hit low quality, I would begin to see streaks on the paper and faded areas of the print of where the ink is supposed to be. So, yeah, but this is pretty nice, pretty good. And again, this does have duplexing, so you can print on both sides, long end and short end, which is pretty nice. And with the print driver, you can also specify some other functions. I believe it gives you more print options here. Let's see. So yeah, you can choose from a variety of printing presets. And let's see here. I believe that, yeah, right here, multi-page. So if you want to print like a poster-sized item, but you only have, let's say, just letter paper, you can print that poster-sized item on multiple sheets of letter paper. So I'll show you that right now. You can see right here. It can go up to 4x4. So 4 pages, 4x4, which the application conveniently shows right there, which is pretty cool actually. So you can print larger images as well. Let's see here, and from the printer driver, you can also conduct maintenance. So you can see you can do nozzle check, head cleaning, and more. This printer also supports online print services such as it supports Epson's proprietary print service called Epson Connect. And it allows you to remotely print using email, a remote print driver, etc. But this printer also supports Google Cloud Print. But as we all know right now, Google Cloud Print is dead. If you are using this in an enterprise environment, the printer also supports ISV and also supports print servers such as PaperCut NG, Windows Server, etc. So yeah, this printer is filled with IT management tools, so it's pretty nice, and it is also compatible with Epson Print Admin. Another thing with this printer is that you can also hook up an external card reader for employee authentication, which is for like secure print release. I haven't seen that people do that online though, but according to Epson, you can mount a little card reader on the side, and you can set it up so when an employee taps their card, it will allow them to choose from secure print and some other things. So that is pretty interesting. There is a multi-function version of this printer, I believe. Let's see here. On the Epson website, they do tell you. So right now, the one I have is print only, but if we head over to the multi-function version, it is, of course, pricier, almost $2,000. But you can see right here, it has the auto document feeder and the flatbed image scanner. Let's see what else. I'll also show you what it looks like if you purchase the extra paper tray. So here's another extra paper tray, as you can see. You can get that, or you can get all of them, I believe. Let's see. Yep, right here. Yeah, that's what it would look like. It would be a standing printer if you got all 4 paper trays. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can buy 3 additional ones, but these paper trays aren't cheap either. I believe it is like, yeah, as you can see, it's almost it's 120 each, so that will bring your costs up. But I guess it would be justifiable if you have like multiple types of paper for your printer. But if you only have one type of paper, such as letter, then it wouldn't really justify you purchasing those extra trays, and here's what it looks like with all those compartments open up. So yeah, it is a pretty nice printer. It's a work group printer, so it's designed to be utilized with multiple users in like a work group environment. And yeah, some other things Epson states is that it has the lowest power consumption, um, obvious for these inkjet printers, since laser printers they need to warm up, as they use a toner and then it has to be fused to the paper or something. I'm not an expert on laser or inkjet, but people do say that yeah, laser printers do suck up more power. I believe if you like compared to the Canon Image Runner Advanced 2030 I have in the other corner of my house, that doesn't even work. Yeah, it does consume a lot of power. So yeah, even when it's not printing. So yeah, but with this printer, it's very power efficient since it is a inkjet printer, and what was I gonna say? It doesn't need to be warmed up. Another thing pretty nice about these printers is that there are less parts that break down when compared to laser printers. So like with laser printers, you have the toner, you have the laser drum, which will break down eventually, and those are consumables. You have the paper fuser, which is the device that is responsible to heat up the paper and fuse the ink to the paper. You have that will also go bad eventually, and that is a consumable. You also have the ITB unit, which is also a consumable and will probably have to be replaced if it gets damaged. So yeah, these yeah. So with laser printers, there are a bunch of more consumables. Consumables. Geez, my pronunciation is bad today. But yeah, with those printers, and you have a lot of parts that break down, and they're not cheap to replace as well. With this printer, though, you only have the 4 ink cartridges, which I'll show you. You have the black, yellow, magenta, cyan, and then you also have the maintenance box in the back, which is where the waste ink goes. And in the waste ink box only costs around $20, I believe. And yeah, with these ink cartridges, they are more expensive though. Right now, I'm using the initial ink cartridges, so they do have a lower capacity. But once I purchase the standard capacity ones, they'll have a lot more pages that can be printed. I believe there are like three variants of the of ink cartridges that are compatible with this printer. There is the standard capacity, the high capacity, and the extra high capacity. So yeah, the difference isn't really noticeable for the color cartridges, but it is noticeable for the black one. As you can see, there's like more room to accommodate the larger ink cartridge. So yeah, and ink cartridges for the full set of them, for the standard yield version, it will run you around, I believe, 280 to 290, I believe, on eBay. That's the last time I checked, which is pretty expensive. But you'll also be able to use third party off-brand ink cartridges with this printer, I believe. I think some companies do manufacture that. So yeah. So would I recommend this printer for like businesses and stuff? Absolutely. This is a pretty nice printer. I believe I've owned this for probably around 2 to 3 weeks now. It's worked pretty well. The ink does last long. The only reason why the color ink is like fully depleted now is because like one of my family relatives were like printing a bunch of photos from the printer. So yeah, but black is still, you can see the black ink is still pretty full, and I think the ink yield is pretty reasonable for a printer like this. So yeah, I would recommend it for a business, and it has a lot of IT management tools, which I love. So yeah, features is a key thing for this, and if you need a multi-function version, you can get the Epson WorkForce Pro WF-C8. What was the model again? This is the C8190, but with the multifunction one, it's gonna be the C8690. So yeah, they're pretty similar, but this one's print only and that one's multifunction. So yeah, if you have any questions about this printer, just feel free to comment them below and I'll try to respond to you. Alright, thanks for watching.